On this week's episode of #almost30, I'm going to be a gardener. I will be planting some plants. This plant is already a plant. We're running a little low on the whole plant it yourself by the seed time. I'm going to transplant my plants into planters. I have to plant today 2 different types of tomatoes. One of them is husky cherry red tomatoes. I also have some sweet basil and red bell peppers. To garden, you need some handy dandy gardening gloves. I got the yellow because they were the least ugly color. To be a gardener, you need dirt of some kind. I got Miracle-Gro. I got this bucket or planter for the sweet basil and the bell peppers. I got 2 of these for my tomatoes. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough dirt. They're really big, but that's because tomatoes tend to grow. I could have probably got the smaller ones. Now, it's dirt. I'm gonna start with the basil and the bell peppers. It says, prepare, drench, wet pot before planting. I kind of watered it. Cut off wrapper and recycle. Peel off bottom and rim of pot. Dig hole same depth as pot. Put plant in hole, fill hole. Water well. Haha. Be careful with your plants. Oh yeah, it comes right off. We're going to start with the dirt. I think it's funny that you paid for dirt. It kind of smells good because it smells like dirt. This is going to take a long time. I'm getting dirt all over my balcony. I should have bought some worms. Wonder if I'm supposed to have regular dirt in here too. We've got a good amount of dirt in here. Now we're going to stuff our plants in here. Here's the sweet basil. I think, yeah, this one has roots. You're supposed to use scissors, but I don't have any. I feel like I'm ripping the roots. Now fill it so that it's not just hanging out in there. I think I'm following the directions. Ta-da! I've got sweet basil and red bell peppers planted. Look at those bad boys. I might have planted them a little too deep. Some of the leaves are buried a little. I think it'll be fine. And this is very large. That last thing was really time consuming, so I'm just gonna pour it. This is heavier than it looks. See, this plant I didn't water as much, so I'll have to water it a lot more. You should probably use scissors, but I took the bottom off like it said, as well as half of the roots. It was not wet enough. Also, I was jamming it with a shovel. Fill it up with more dirt. Ta-da! If my husky cherry red tomatoes die, it's because I accidentally killed it while I was trying to put it in the planter. Last but not least, one more thing of tomatoes. Okay, it's too much. I really thought there wouldn't be enough, but I almost had a disaster. The yellow pear tomatoes. Come on. Oh. What the heck? This tomato plant didn't do much better. Hopefully it grows. Ta-da! It's little but mighty. You're not supposed to put your plants through very much trauma when transplanting them, which I clearly just did. I'll be lucky if they don't die. On this week's episode of #almost30, I learned you should probably have scissors. You should also read the directions. Clearly this is a lesson not learned. I learned that you should be gentle with plants, or you might kill them. It's a good thing that this episode wasn't want to be a doctor, because I would definitely have killed somebody today. On next week's episode of #almost30, I'll be 1 week closer to 30. Plant, 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 plant. Plant. Painted? Great. You want to get your nails painted, Dexter?